Hello everyone! Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat or magandang umaga, magandang tanghali or nasan man kayong party ng mundo. Maraming salamat. Thank you for tuning in to Global Filipino Network, connecting Filipinos all over the world. I'm your host Sabrina and you are watching Sari-Sari Stories. Tonight, I have a very few special guests for you. My co-host Marconi won't be joining us, but next week, babalik po siya. So, abangan po natin siya next week. But I have a very special co-host for the meantime, and I would love to introduce you to him. A very good friend of mine. Ito siya, a bespoke tailor, an educator, a fashion and brand development and marketing, and founder of Fashion Designers Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome my co-host for tonight, Levinson Rodriguez. Hello,
Hi,
Lev.
Sabrina.
Hi, how are you?
Good evening to you, correct? I'm good. Magandang gabi dyan. Magandang umaga sa lahat na nandito sa Philippines.
Yes, and magandang tanghali sa kung sino
How are
man
you?
ang nanonood or
Thank you
wherever
for
they
having
are.
me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my
Well,
pleasure.
welcome
Thank
to
you so
Sari-Sari
much.
Stories. Salamat
Yes.
sa pag-imbita sa akin na maging co-host mo today.
My pleasure, my friend. My pleasure. Well, let's just tell everyone how we met, Lev. Let's just start from there.
Okay, how we met. Ay, ito ba dapat mabulaklak o yung katotohanan? Ano, saan ang pamamaraan to?
Let's be transparent. How is that?
Let's be transparent.
Pero pagandahin mo.
No, I think we met after a go. Actually, we met after a go-see. There was a big go-see for a big fashion show in the Philippines. And lahat ng mga models noon after the go-see was in Starbucks Glorieta. So, sa mga nakakaalam, nung panahon na yon, ilang dekada na nakakaraan, ang Glorieta Starbucks ang pinupuntahan ng mga modelo at saka ng mga so doon tayo unang-una nagkita. So medyo galing lang tayo sa go-see noon lahat na yon. So yun yung unang pagkakataon. Yung pangalawang pagkakataon, yung tipong nagre-rebelde ako na naglalayas ako. Doon tayo muli nagkita.
Wow.
Naging best.
But, yes, look at you now. When I met Lev, ladies and gentlemen, he was in modeling. He was heavily modeling that time. But, as many years, syempre, as you grow old, you become more, mature and more...
You grow mature.
Yeah, tumatanda. Look at you now. What are you doing? He's an entrepreneur.
Full of direction.
He's got his own business now. Tell us about this business, Lev.
Okay, I started as a tailor. I started as a designer many years back, 1998. My brand was called Hypocrite. We were one of the mga designers, mga underground designers. So we were designing mga rave clothing that time. Until 2001, I decided to close the business again. Dahil alam ko tapos na yung trend na yun. Hindi ko pa mahanap yung footing ko kung ano yung pwede ko pang i-design na susunod dahil nga tapos na yung ravewear Tapos na yung ravewear. Ayoko nang ipilit sa industriya yun dahil, trends, it comes and it goes and it comes again. But apparently, ravewear medyo inaantay pa natin bumalik ulit. So after that, I went to modeling again.
Yes.
Bumalik ako sa pagmo-modeling. And then 2005, naisipan kong 2004, I attended an event, a launch of a premium drink here in the Philippines. So, may pinagawa akong coat na suit, and pag-attend ko noon, marami bumati sa akin nung suot kong coat and suit, which I still have until now. So, that was 2004. So, pag-uwi ko noon, after a few drinks, syempre, it's a premium drink launch, syempre medyo lasing ng konti. So, nagkaroon ako ng epiphany. Sabi ko, so diba, creative people sometimes say, nagkaroon ako ng epiphany, sabi ko,
that's the best time.
Gusto kong gawin. Yeah, that's the best time. Sabi ko, gusto ko na lang gumawa ng mga suit, maging tailor. So 2005, nilaunch ko yung brand ko, which yung mga first campaign ko, was ikaw pa yung modelo ko, actually. You've been my best friend.
I want to show that to them.
You've always been supportive of me, and ikaw yung isa ko sa mga modelo sa first campaign ko. So, ito siya.
Yes. Let's show that. Oh, okay. Well, papakita po natin sa ating pagbabalik. Oh, there you go. There it is. But we'll explain to them what this campaign is all about. Sa ating pagbabalik sa Sari-Sari
Sari-Sari
Stories.
Stories.
Yes. Yes, hello everyone. Thank you. Thank you for staying with us. So, Lev, okay, wala nang patumpik-tumpik. Ano yan? Bakit may bunot tapos nakaset yung babae?
Okay, kasi remember this is
Ano yung
2000,
concept?
this is 2005. The concept during that time is not because na nakasuit ka or gayto ka sabihin na natin kagarbo, manamit o
Mhm,
magayos.
mhm.
Hindi ibig sabihin nun, dapat lahat na nakaalam mo is muro karanyaan lang ng buhay. Pero alam din natin
Yes.
gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay na talaga nangyayari sa mga buhay-buhay natin. Tulad ng panahon
Yes.
ng pagbubunot, kumbaga, kumbaga we have to stay grounded. We have to stay grounded no
Right.
matter the achievements we get, no matter the success we have in life. We have to
Mhm.
remain grounded. Yan ang pinaka
Grounded.
concept ng campaign niya.
Be humble. Yes,
Yeah, be
exactly. Oh,
humble
look
all
at
the
this
time.
one.
This one,
Explain
ginawa
this
ko,
one.
this one kakagawa ko to during the pandemic. Because here in the
Oh.
Philippines, gusto nga namin naglabas ng campaign sila Jackie Aquino na yung Fashion Fridays na ini-encourage namin lahat ng mga mamayang Pilipino na magdamit ng mga kasuotang Pilipino or gawa ng mga Filipino designer upang panitiliin mabuhay ang creative industry, especially the fashion designers ng Pilipinas. So ito ginawa ko to in lieu to the campaign of Be Loyal to Local.
Wow, that's
So
really great.
it's my suit but nilagyan ko na parang Filipino touch to a suit. Yeah.
I love it. Well, you
It's
mentioned
modeled
about
by Jules actually. Jules is a Filipino member of PMAP and
Mhm.
he just got back to the Philippines. Kaya nag-shoot siya nito, but he was doing a lot of fashion shows in New York until
Mhm.
the pandemic happened. So he has to come back here. I believe that's the story, diba? Kasi wala
Talking
naman
ab-
lahat.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Talking about pandemic, you mentioned pandemic. Right now
Yes,
we
yes.
are in the middle of it. Can you tell us what's going on? What's happening in the fashion industry in the Philippines right now?
In the Philippines, okay, salamat at naitanong mo yan, Sabrina,
Mhm.
because honestly, for the first 3 months, I think di lang naman sa fashion industry, but sa mga iba-iba pang mga industriya, lahat uncertain times eh. First 3 months,
Mhm.
parang lahat nating alam kung ano gagawin natin. Huminto talaga. Yan yung panahon na huminto ang buong mundo, di ba? Halos lahat tayo hindi natin alam kung saan tayo magsisimula or bakit biglang wala lahat ng kliyente, stop, lockdown, etc.
Yes.
Fourth month, medyo ganun pa rin. Fifth, sixth, but sa panahon ngayon kasi, wala pa rin tayong mga big events dito sa Pilipinas. Wala pa rin
Right.
mga big weddings. At alam naman natin, kaming mga designers, we Filipino designers, most of us designers would get most of our clients are from weddings and from events. Yes, there are uniforms for corporate accounts, but the continuous earnings namin would be from all the weddings. But since ang mga weddings na allow lang small weddings dito, you can have 10 guests or 30% of the ano. Syempre, yung mga bride and groom, they're being more practical kung nais talaga nila ituloy yung kasal nila sa panahon ng pandemya na hindi gumastos masyado sa kanilang kasuotan dahil kung meron pa lang 10 guests and then you spend
Mhm.
so much for that, parang it's not practical for the moment. In short, medyo standstill pa rin ang fashion industry here in the Philippines. But
Mhm.
you know what they say, Filipinos are very resilient people. They
Oh
are very,
yes.
we
Mhm.
are, diba? So, pag nakikita natin, I would see these mga fellow designers ko, they keep making creative masks every once in a while. They would
Mhm.
venture to something else like online food business, which they have their hidden talents sa
Oh
mga
my
ganung
gosh.
bagay, diba?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
yes.
good. And then I would see stylists, photographer collaborating just to come up with mga photo shoots just to encourage the industry again na that we're still here, we're here, and pag tapos na itong lahat, we're still here. Parang sa ganun, di ba?
Like you
Because
said, we're resilient. Filipinos are resilient.
yeah,
Yes.
Filipinos are resilient. So, ginagawa namin to ng paraan to thrive and to make sure that people will remember how creative Filipinos are. Diba? So, natutuwa nga ako na merong platform tulad itong Sari-Sari Stories na na-invite mo yung mga creative people from different part of the world, which ako dito sa Pilipinas, salamat Sabrina, at least napapakita natin sa mas malaking market, sa malaking viewers like dyan in the US na what's happening around the world. So that's
Thank you.
a very
Yes.
good thing. So, salamat, sir.
Thank you very much, Lev. Now, after Lev, you talked about stylist. Why don't we bring up one of our very good
Yes,
friend
of course,
from
yeah.
Manila and then we went
From
to
Manila.
Dubai?
From
Yes.
Dubai, he's also doing
Yes.
very, very well in Dubai. Yeah, correct.
Okay, let me introduce him, okay? He's a public
Yes.
relations and event executive, fashion stylist. He won several styling competition, earning him scholarship, grant to study fashion design with Metropolitan Museum, and now a Yoga Alliance International certified instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rolando Lotto.
Lotto.
Yan. Hi, Lotto!
Hi, Lotto. Magandang
Ayan.
umaga dyan. Alam kong
magandang umaga dyan.
Umaga sa Dubai.
Eto, umaga talaga. Yes.
Lotto, nakamute yata yung ano natin. Mic.
Mag-sign language ka,
Yan.
Lotto. Yes.
Ayan, okay.
Simulan mo na. Ayan.
Lotto, show us the lotus position.
Yes. Ayan. Confuse si Lotto.
Ayan po.
Ayan.
Duda-duda
Ulitin
sa
natin.
teknolohiya.
We can't hear you, Lotto. Hi.
Say hi, Lotto.
Welcome, Lotto. Can you hear
Baka
us?
naglobat, Lotto.
Lotto, hindi ka nagbayad ng bill.
Hanggang view lang daw, walang sound.
Oo. Walang load. Walang load po. Wala pong load yung computer ni Lotto. Pagpasensyahan nyo na. Ayan. But anyways, when was the last time you saw Lotto?
Kasi nagkaroon na tayo ng technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty.
Long time
okay.
ago when I was still modeling, or no, not naman modeling, but yung events, diba? Every events. Because syempre, Lotto used to be with Saga events. So, every time I attend an event, Lotto would be there. Diba? I believe Lotto was already... it's been a while. It's been a while. And when I was in Dubai,
That's
hindi
why
naman kami nagkaroon ng pagkakataon.
You see how creative Filipinos are from being a stylist and now he's a yoga instructor.
Now he's doing
here.
yoga. Yeah, he's a yogi now, diba? Because we have to try.
I know.
Lotto, hi.
Can you hear us?
Okay na ba yun?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Am I
Yes,
dark?
perfect. But we can't
Yeah,
see
wala.
you.
No,
Ayan. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Okay.
Te, pinarapis natin kanina to.
Umaga muli.
Anyari.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I lost connection. But good morning, everyone. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Lotto. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. Yeah, it's super morning here. So nice to see
So-
Faye. Good news in the morning.
Lotto
nice
is
to
in
see you
Dubai
too.
now, ladies and gentlemen. How is Dubai right now? And when were you there? When did you move there?
I moved here 2012. Yeah, I moved here 2012 May. I was just like, okay, let's check Dubai. Maybe there's something that we can actually do there. Or, let's check the opportunities because a few of my friends, including Ignacio, were already doing well here in Dubai. And Errol, who is also an events person. So he was like, yeah, go ahead and check it out. Maybe you like the scene. Maybe there's something that would interest you. And then that is when we arrived here, I'm like, okay, after a couple of months, I'll decide if I want to stay or if I want to go home to the Philippines. And then actually after a month, I already like, okay, I'm going to stay here and then I'm going to find some grounding. Maybe I can, make a mark here or just
Correct.
Yes.
for a while. And everything went well, apparently, so I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here. At kamusta naman ang sitwasyon sa Dubai, Lotto, with this pandemic that's happening?
Yeah, the pandemic has hit everyone hard, including the events industry here and the fashion industry here. So I service mostly retailers, fashion stores in Dubai. I do their fashion shows, in-store events. And February, I was so busy. And I even told myself, naku, mamamatay na ata ako ng March. Sa dami ng ginagawa ko. because it was supposedly spring summer 20. So
Yeah,
That's
everyone
the
was
busiest
okay.
time there.
yeah, it was
Correct.
fresh deliveries for spring summer 20, and then all of a sudden, boom, we
Ayan.
have to stop everything. So there you see everyone. These are the types
Yes.
of shows that I do here in Dubai. So I
Mm.
service Bloomingdale's is a very huge department store here. So I do their events. Yeah, I service them. I used to work with them, and then I moved out, but I still work with them. So during the pandemic, everything got canceled, which was
Mm-hmm.
really dismaying. Then, but
So lahat
yeah,
total
Ayan.
cancel.
and the
That's a
events
lot.
industry
Yes.
thrive on a
Mm-hmm.
situation where you have to have people. It's a
Right.
very warm industry. So
Right.
sad to say, pandemic, you can't really have people, and you don't really want to be in that position na may nahawa or somebody got affected with the virus during an event just because you want to do an event. You know, you have to take some
Exactly.
Tama.
responsibility. So, I mean, we don't really have to do anything. We just have to wait. Then September came, the government announced that, okay, we can do events, but given this set of rules, blah, 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 pack. It was clearly defined, which was really very
Wow.
good. So we all
Look
know
at all
what,
your work. So nice.
yes, these are the shoots I've done. It's combination of what I've done in the Philippines and here. The one in the water was the one that I won for ABS-CBN's tribute to Oscars. It was a shoot reflecting, inspired by Titanic, starring Enshong Lee,
Wow.
um, Erin, Erich Gonzalez. And then
Oh.
on your right, the gold chain is Ignatius dress. Same
Ah,
with
yes.
the one below, on those cement arches. Those are Ignatius dresses. And then the center was a shoot done by Joan Bitagcol. It was made of beddings, but it's inspired by a wedding. So
Okay.
what you see
Wow.
there are the pillows and pearl necklaces. Pretty cool. I love that shoot actually. Kasi walang models, walang masyadong tao.
Yes. Actually, you're
Well,
always good
since
at that,
yeah,
daughter.
since you
So,
are in Dubai and also Ignatius in Dubai, Lev, do you want to introduce Ignacio as well?
of course, of course, of course. The one, okay, nabagitan nila kung sino yung next guest natin, but just for everyone to have a background, our next guest is actually, he's a very good fashion designer. When he was here in the Philippines, he was really one of the most featured designer all the time, and one of his biggest accomplishments was actually, there's a lot, but to name one is he was the grand winner of the 1999 Smirnoff
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff Designer of the Year. He he was actually the first and only Filipino who won that coveted title, in which he was able to bring home £10,000 as an award and a full scholarship at Central St. Martin. So I've always been a fan of Lotus work, yeah, as a stylist. Even during my time as a rave wearer, I've always been a fan of Lotus work, and I've been a fan of our next guest, which is Ignacio Loyola.
Hi,
Hello.
Ignacio. How are
Kamusta
you?
Morning.
kayo lahat?
Ayan na
Mabuti
siya.
po.
So everyone, just si Ignacio tsaka si Lotto, they're staying in one house, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kasi po,
So,
mansion yung tirahan nila, kaya ganyan siya kalaki. Hindi natin makita yung difference kasi po, nasa Dubai mansion po sila. The Filipinos in Dubai living in a mansion.
ang laki ng bahay. Oh my gosh, look at that. How are you, Ignacio?
Kamusta,
All
Ignacio?
good. Everything going into places. So,
So,
we're waiting for the
pabuwan
right time to, yeah. Nangitin lang ng tamang oras to, to explode.
Correct.
Explode. I
Pero sa
love it.
ngayon ba,
I love it.
basta ngayon ba, Ignacio, may mga ano na pa ulit, clientels na ulit gawa ng mga gown sila? Or
Yung nagpapagawa was yung mga na-canceled or
cancel?
na-postpone na gawa.
Tama.
So, I have to continue everything for the next year or kung anong date man matutuloy yung wedding or certain events na
Correct.
kailangan
So,
nila yung
mag-aantay
dress.
talaga
So,
tayo lahat. Ano?
yeah. But on the side, I'm still doing collections para sa
Correct.
store
Oo,
and
actually,
online.
Tama. At saka alam ko nga, nagpapadala ka pa rin ng... Your mask is actually available here in the Philippines, tama?
And he's sending
Yeah.
one for me too.
Oo,
Yes.
saan nga natin mabibili yung mask mo? Di ba meron sa Philippines?
It's available in Luxury, Manila.
Luxury Manila.
Luxury
So, doon
Manila.
namin pwede.
Yep.
So, doon na.
Yes.
So,
Sa mga taga-Pilipinas,
Ignacio,
maaari,
yes.
maaari nilang
So,
makuha pa rin yung mask ni Ignacio Loyola. Di ba?
exactly.
Yes. Sa
I have a
Luxury
quick
Manila.
question, Ignacio. So just for everyone to know, what motivated you to go to Dubai?
Go to Dubai. To Dubai, well, probably yung parang wala akong...
Opportunities,
no, it's not opportunity. Like improvement, something like that.
improvement.
So, and curiosity as well. As I hear about Dubai, is this blah blah. It's like everything is grand, everything is shining, everything is
Correct. Yeah.
luxurious, you know. So, which is true.
Yes.
I got curious about it, and then it explains why. That's why hanggang ngayon nandito pa rin ako.
Yes. I have a question for everyone. What are the biggest challenges being faced by designers, stylists like you guys, and how do you address those challenges, knowing that we Filipinos are very resilient, we're very creative. Kahit saan man tayo itapon or kahit saan tayo ilagay, we will try to find ways to make it. So how do you address those issues?
Loto.
Let's start with Lev.
Ako. Talagang parang pag-emphasize, may emphasis sa
Let's start with Lev.
Okay, since alam mo naman ako as I mentioned, I am a tailor, so menswear, di ba? And mas madalang umorder ang mga men compared to the women. So obviously, this is mas mahirap sa akin na to get clients now, especially with what's happening with the pandemic. So to still explore I have to exercise my creativity. Diba? Tulad nga na nabanggit ko, Sabrina, pag nasa creative field ka, you cannot just stop being creative. You have to do something about it. But right now, like most of my tailors, they're back in their provinces. Kasi nung nagka-lockdown, pinabalik ko sila sa provinces nila to be safe with their families as well. Now, na-open naman na maaari na silang bumalik. We don't have that clients now until 2022. I have mga naka-reserve na, pero 2022 pa. In 2021 is November pa. So, third, my tailors, ayaw din nila umuwi pa dito sa Maynila kasi the fear of they might get infected. So, they rather stay there in the province with their family. So, sa ngayon, ang ginagawa ko is my virtual learning series because I am a tailor by heart, but being an educator is something that I really, really love doing. It's the second most joyful thing that I do. I love being an educator. And I have my virtual learning series and that's doing really well. And for some reason, during the pandemic, I think around June, I explored doing some artwork, which is a mixed medium. So I use watercolor and parang very Dadaism yung style. And I released that to bring out my creativity, to release my anxiety, to release my worries. Yun talagang purpose ko sa kanya. So lahat ng gusto ko lang ilagay doon sa artwork ko, yung mga katarantahan ko sa buhay, yung mga hindi ko alam anong nangyayari sa akin, anong kakainin ko bukas. So nilagyan ko ng sariling Instagram account. And I mean, salamat sa mga thank God na maraming nag-acquire ng artwork ko until gumawa ako ng second series na halos nabenta din lahat ng mga second series and I get commission art pieces now. So may mga nagpapa-commission and yung style ko very Dadaism, very parang abstract-ish yung feel. So nagpapa-commission sila, nagawin ko silang mukhang kanto-kanto yung mukha nila. Natuwa naman natin. So salamat sa mga...
I love it. I love your story. Now talking...
Yeah, that's to explore. Just to keep exploring.
That's a struggle that everyone has to to face,
yes.
And talking about struggles, I want to go back to Ignacio, and we want to show some pictures and clips.
Yes,
this
yes.
one, yes.
What
is it? What is this made of? What is this made of, Ignacio?
Gold rings. Made of
Gold rings.
Gold rings.
Wow.
Gaano katagal mo to ginawa?
Like a chainmail.
Yeah. Yes,
katagal? It's
wow.
Like
months.
ito na sa right. Months. Took you months and months. So isa-isa mo
Yeah,
talaga
kasi
yung
there's,
di ba? Mm.
Yeah, you
Pero,
have to like,
so
isa-isa mo
ginawa,
siyang pagkakabit-kabitin.
correct.
Mhm.
Just to have a, ano lang, Sabrina, na ano lang,
Mhm.
a brief creative background, history ng mga
Mhm.
gawa ni Ignacio. I believe yung binanggit ko kanina na siya yung nanalo doon sa Smirnoff Design Competition.
Yes.
If di ako nagkakamali, Ignacio, ang ginamit mo doon ay mga rubber band. Tama?
Yes. So from gold
Ah,
rings to rubber band.
Rubber band. Tama? Oo.
Oh,
I
look
think
at this
Carter.
one
is
too.
one of the winning pieces I have before. Yun yung
Yes.
before, hindi, I think it's the second one. The first one is yung, uh, I think yung bakul
The
and paper.
bako. The bakol and paper.
Bakul and
So,
paper.
yung nabanggit ko yung una mong pinanlunan, yung pangalawa, this is the bakol paper, this one.
I
Is
think
this a
the first is
paper?
bakul and paper.
Oh,
Bakul and
wow.
paper is the
This is
first.
paper, yeah.
Bakul and
This
paper
is
the first.
paper.
Oh, this is paper. Wow.
Yes, this is
Yeah,
paper.
paper twine. So, inangkat ko siya from Philippines. In order
Cut
Ang
mo
to
from the
use
Philippines.
galing.
yung paper
Oh,
twine.
in-import from the Philippines to
So,
there.
So the inspiration is yung mga bintana ng Spanish houses,
Yes, yes.
something like that. So doon yung
Oh, look at that.
inspiration. So
But tatanungin lang
well,
natin
this is what I
Sabrina.
do in
Sorry,
wedding.
Ignacio. We will ask lang no, ni Sabrina, what inspired you to make use of this kind of material sa design mo? Ano, saan mo kinuha yung I mean, what made you think of doing that?
During exploration sa market, so once I see a certain material, then parang nag-register sa utak ko, and then magpa-process siya into something. So para siyang nagkakaroon ng engineering, development, architecture,
Kakaiba
art.
yan. I love it.
Sabrina,
I
kita
love
mo
it.
naman yun. Sa
I know.
isipan niya, nagkaroon ng engineering.
May epiphany si Ignacio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then magiging siyang egg after
Egg.
yeah.
Okay.
So magiging egg, then paglabas, yun na yung creation. Yun na yung product.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Sabrina, alam mo na dapat gawin natin.
Naghanda talaga si Ignacio sa pandemic time.
Tsaka Sabrina, dapat next time, pag punta tayo ng market, dapat yung mga engineering, architecture pumasok sa ating isip-isipan at magiging iklog siya at pagbumuka.
Iinom muna ako.
Opo, ganito na po ang produkto.
I love it,
Yeah.
Ignacio. Look at that. Okay, so
Kasi kailangan mo
you were
gawin
doing
yung
really
mag-match.
high-end. Yeah, you were really doing high-end kind of couture designs. So how are you, paano ka how are you, with these challenges, how are you
To
adjusting?
adapt at
Mm-hmm.
a lot, like 7 years of adjustments from my previous employer, which is only catering to bridal. So, wala kami ginagawa hindi ka bridal, as in bridal or nothing. Like, yun lang ang ginagawa namin. So, aesthetic-wise, iba yung Dubai, iba yung
Of course.
Muslim
Yeah.
community and Muslim wedding. It's something really, really grand, away from our system. I mean, they want it more, bring more, That means
Tama, more is
talagang
more.
heavily decorated and blah, blah. But
Correct.
there are some also now na nagiging modernized na sila or something contemporary na rin yung gusto nila. So, nag-evolve din. But
Tama.
still, there are the cultural way of wedding, which is the mga bling-bling talaga.
Wow.
So,
Pero how are
struggle
you,
is like, struggle is like the way how you will do it. Kasi wala tayong learning ng ganyan sa Pinas or even abroad. So, malalaman mo lang siya through experience during the process mo sa mga employments mo or on the spot na sa production.
Okay. Salamat for that, Ignacio. I think, Sabrina, we have to
Thank
take
you.
a short break.
Okay. We'll take a break first and then
Yes.
we'll go back and ask Lotto sa ating pagbabalik
okay.
sa Sari-Sari Stories.
Sorry. Do I have to say that?
Yes. Hello, welcome back to our
Okay,
show at
welcome
Sari-Sari. Oh, okay, we're back again. Nawawala yung mga co-host and guest
Yeah.
ko. Baka ako na lang
Oo.
mag-isa dito. Hello? Yes,
Yeah,
Ayan,
we're here.
welcome back,
Yes, we're
welcome
here.
back.
Hi.
Hi, we're back.
So, actually, Sabrina, meron ako nais itanong kilo to.
Yes,
Uh,
go for it.
kasi you know what,
Yes,
Sab,
please.
if you're going to think about it, what Lotto mentioned was mga around February, kumbaga, it was really a lot of jobs, a lot of work. Sabi niya to the point nga, feeling niya sa by March, naakit na siya sa kalamitan sa sabi niya trabaho. And then all of a sudden, all of that stopped. Diba? Lahat yun
Everything
nawala.
disappeared.
So, Lotto, how were you able to cope up from being, not
Super
having
busy.
sleep now, and then biglang all of a sudden, wala lahat. I mean, mentally, this might have affected you mentally, not
impact.
just physically. Physically, I'm sure your body needed the rest. Lahat tayo, sinanap na
Yes,
katawan
that's
natin yung pahinga. Totoo yan. Pero mentally, how did this affect you?
Actually, when the pandemic hit, like the first few days, parang I think everyone, parang lahat tayo na-enjoy pa natin. We have a
Correct.
break.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
like, okay, yeah, I have time for myself. Then after a few months, medyo bumababaw na yung balon. So ikaw parang, okay, I have to do something here. And then it's stressing you out mentally. Well, I'm not the one to speak for everyone, but kasi I teach yoga and I teach meditation. So I know that I have this avenue na pwede kong puntahan na I can still find peace kahit medyo chaotic na and ang gulo-gulo na. So that's when, so I tried to practice and practice some more. I actually entered a lot of trainings during the pandemic. I studied a lot to back up my yoga certification. So
Correct.
I took a lot of courses, and that was during the pandemic. So I took the time to actually just study para hindi ako nababaliw during the pandemic.
Correct.
And we're all given these extra days na sana nagamit natin ng maayos to research and study and even study ourselves. And actually it helped me a lot. So I wasn't mentally super disturbed during the pandemic. And it was just a matter of time. I mean, we all know the world's suffering. So it was just, we just have to wait. I mean, I feel for those who are not actually into meditation
Yes.
or yoga or doesn't have any physical
Outlet.
exercise. Kasi, yes, outlet, correct, Sabrina. Kasi I'm sure it's a different story for them.
Correct.
Yes.
So,
So
Sabrina, sa
pandemic
mga,
is what pushed you to becoming a yoga instructor?
Yeah, so
No,
sa mga
actually,
hindi
no.
nakakaalam, Sabrina, sa mga viewers natin, Lotto also have classes on yoga. So,
Yeah.
have you,
Yes.
diba? So, para alam ng mga viewers natin na nagtuturo din siya ng yoga. Yogi ka na ba, Lotto?
Yes, I am. I
You're
studied
a
yoga
yogi.
like 4 years ago. No. 3 years ago. I studied to be an
ago.
instructor 3 years ago. But
Okay.
I only got my certification, the international license, just this year. Nung pandemic na ako, sabi ko, sige na nga, gawin na nga to. Anyways, may time. Dami kasing exam dahil dami kami memorize.
Grabe talaga ang pandemic, no? You could be creative, pwede kang lumubog, pwede kang maging umasenso. It's really up to you how to put yourself back there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to think of something to thrive with this situation, di ba? Pero Lotto, paano pag wala ka ng yogi niyan? Are there any outlet na you could suggest our viewers? Paano ko recommend? Ako and Sabrina, I'm sure we don't do yoga. I mean, I tried because my aunt is a yogi. So she would ask me to join her classes. And
Speak for yourself. I do yoga.
I do yoga. Okay,
Speak for yourself.
I digress. Ako lang pala po yun. Sa edad
Ikaw
ko
lang,
ngayon,
sorry.
Sa edad ko ngayon, hindi na ako limber. Baka hindi ko na kaya yung position na yan. Lotto, what can you suggest our viewer now who's going through? Kasi I'm sure uncertain times is, until now, we are still in an uncertain time. Diba? Nag-open na yung mga
Yes, correct.
konti. But tulad nga sa ibang bansa, sa Europa, nagsi-second lockdown sila. Sa Japan, third lockdown. So, meron pa rin mga dumadaan ng anxiety. So,
Oh, yes.
if not is doing yoga, which is a good help, I'm sure. Breathing exercise is important. Pero what if not? Lotto, what suggestion could you do since you're in a creative field as well?
Well, I think you have to use this
Be
extra
practical.
time to actually try and study something. Like, especially now, everything's gone digital. I do events. And it hurts me a lot that it moved to digital
Correct.
events kasi I thrive from live interaction. Pero when they
Correct.
said, okay, we have to move to digital events, then I had to quickly study what is a digital event, especially a gathering such as this. Like,
Yes.
people would think na nag-uusap lang tayong apat, pero on the back of the velvet curtain, there's something happening. You have to inject this, the cards, the this and
Correct.
that. So
Correct.
if you have the curiosity to do something digital, or if you feel your passion or your work will shift into something digital soon, take this time to actually try and study it. Maybe try and study social media marketing, digital media, and this is inevitable. In the future, mas marami pang mangyayaring digital. This is just like
Tama.
a glimpse of what the future is going to be. So if you're
Correct.
not braced for it, you're gonna suffer dire-diretso.
Tama.
That's
So
true.
dapat,
That's true.
Sabrina, umattend sila ng virtual learning series ko. Ay,
Yes.
shameless plug.
Creative. Be creative. Yeah. Don't get stuck. Ibig sabihin is
Ay,
don't get stuck.
family
Just
ko.
don't get stuck.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
And
tama,
I'm
tama.
sure
Yes.
even if like I'm sure even if everything is back in the normal, like say for example, you Lev, you Ignacio, you have weddings. I'm sure there's a part in the wedding na may camera nang nakatutok and there's gonna be a digital
Yes.
part of it. Like yeah, so all have to brace for this.
Okay. For Ignacio and Loyola, I will have Ignacio answer this one first. Your work as designer in Dubai, do you see any difference in the way Filipinos versus non-Filipinos perceive your work? In short, iba ang taste ng mga non-Pinoys, right?
Ah,
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, taste-wise, it's what do you call it? It depends sa designer kung ano makakater mo sa market, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be your product or whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So ang Pinoy naman is basically it's not my market here sa
Correct.
sa Dubai. Mostly Europeans, Russians, so going up there. But
Are they easy? Yeah. Are they easy to work with?
I'm so happy also kasi nandun pa rin yung Pinoy na clientele. Hindi sila nawala. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
nice.
so meron pa rin clients, meron pa rin Pinoy clients. So it's a balance. So which is good.
Okay.
Sino mas madaling kliyente, Ignacio?
So, anong mas madali? I mean,
maaari ko bang maitanong yan kung sino ang mas madaling
Next question, I think.
ma-please,
Next
no?
next
Wala ko
question.
naririnig.
Next
can't
question,
hear us?
tama si Lotto dyan.
Hi. Okay. I think Ignacio's on mute. Okay.
yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you now. Mitch.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you now. Okay. What about you, Lotto?
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
So,
The
do you
difference
see
between
any?
Pinoy clientele, right?
If
And
there's a
Yes.
difference with there,
yeah, the difference actually there is a lot of difference when it comes to the taste levels of people who are not from the Philippines and us. I don't really mind it.
correct.
Taste level is very subjective. So, and I don't really want to put myself into a box na I'm Filipino, I'm Filipino, I'm Filipino because that's so rigid.
Correct.
I would rather put my mindset into like I'm just servicing everyone. Like it doesn't matter how what's your race. I don't want to be super in the box because that would make me a racist as well. I have to inject
Tama.
Filipino. I have to do Filipino. I mean, yes, you can work with Filipino stuff, but you don't have to take it literally. Maybe your character as a person and you as a businessman is a reflection of what the Filipinos are actually in the world. And you don't have to take it literally.
Okay. I think we have a comment here from my co-host Marconi, who is in Mexico right now. He said, "So what? To date has been your greatest fulfillment in Dubai. Like what you can say, wow, I'm proud to be a Pinoy. Yes, yes. You've been the greatest fulfillment in Dubai. Yes.
May I or
Wala kang
Yes,
I mean,
narinig.
both of
answer
you,
this.
I
Or
mean,
you can
for
you
both
can comment on this one.
Lotto
Okay,
and
I'll start na
Ignacio.
lang while Ignacio setting up. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I got a few cool achievements here in Dubai. I'm very, very proud that I service the department stores here. Bloomingdale's, Harvey Nichols, Bloomingdale's Kuwait. I'm servicing a lot of the jewelry brands here. Pomelato, Buccellati, Boucheron, David Yurman.
Wow,
Uh,
those are big
uh,
ones.
y- yes, really cool brands. Na I never imagined I'm going to work with them. And here we
Correct.
work with principals. So we work directly with Paris head office.
Yes.
And then like a few months ago, I think January was when I worked with Louis Vuitton here in Dubai.
Wow.
And I was like, totoo ba to? Louis Vuitton tumatawag sa akin, nagpapagawa ng event. Parang, teka nga, parang, hindi ko ito na-imagine. But it was really cool. And now I'm still in touch with them kasi nga, since everything open na. And
Yeah.
apart from that, as a yoga instructor, now I'm actually teaching at Dubai Fitness Challenge. So the Dubai government commissioned us yoga instructors, to actually teach for the community. So every day I do that now. It's really pretty cool because it's a free
Yes.
event for the entire community run by
That's
the
nice.
government.
That's
So
nice.
quite an accomplishment, you know.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you for that. How about si Ignacio? How about you? Ignacio? With the same, you can. Oh, I think Ignacio has technical
At,
difficulty.
Lotto, may
yeah.
narinig.
Ignacio, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. Nawala po si Ignacio.
Pero you know what? Wherever you go talaga, Filipinos are very talented, no?
I think we're natural like that. No?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ignacio's back. Do you guys still eat Filipino food over there?
Yeah,
Right?
super.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
super. Like,
adobo.
Ignacio,
like maling
Ignacio, can you
nakalagay sa
hear us?
account, ganyan.
Sorry, Ignacio, nag-feedback yung voice ni Lotto.
Proud of
Okay,
you,
according
Lotto. You know what? We're so proud of
So
you guys.
cool.
Yeah, so from
I
Marconi,
think
yung host talaga ng ito
you
Sari-Sari
guys are the
Stories.
flagship of the Filipino fashion design in the Philippines. And to be in Ilustrado magazine, Lotto, wow, social. Right?
No,
I
it's
love
to
it.
actually kami ni EG. So every year they choose Filipinos who are actually influential in the
Uh-huh.
Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
So we were handpicked. Pretty cool achievement actually. Pretty cool achievement.
That's
And
nice.
that's a good avenue for Filipinos actually na nare-recognize pala yung talent natin. Kasi ang hirap to thrive abroad
Mm-hmm.
na, my God, napakadaming nationalities, napakadaming magaling. Like, the whole world, pag pumunta ka sa ibang bansa, I'm sure Sabs, I'm sure Loves, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Correct.
Daming magaling. And parang,
Super,
oh
yes.
my God, ito lang yung napag-aralan namin sa Philippines. I'm not saying we have a very poor education. We actually have one of the best educations. But we are very limited kasi hindi na malay tayo. We're an island still. So when you go
Correct.
abroad, it's a very competitive world out there. So if
Correct. Correct.
it's not hard, you should not use the word hard. You should
Correct.
always find things challenging.
Correct.
That's how
That's
you
true.
should put it. And then from
Actually,
there,
tama yan.
doon ka mag-thrive. Correct.
Tama. Actually, Sabrina, maganda yung sinabi ni Lotto na
Mm-hmm.
to actually not find the word hard or use that or think about the word
No.
hard.
Yes.
Kasi alam mo, Lotto, tama ka eh. Even alam natin, if you, Lotto, and you, Ignacio, you were here in the Philippines since birth and all, di ba? Alam naman natin na ang mga resources natin sa Philippines, especially with fabrics, etc., is not as much as the one they have abroad, di ba? So for Filipinos to come up with great works pa rin and being creative and resourceful, I think that says a lot about us Filipinos.
Nawala si Lotto.
No?
I'm gonna...
Okay, paumanhin po. Nagkakaroon
Ayan,
ng...
paumanhin po. Maraming...
Apo,
Ayan.
yes, syempre,
Lotto,
iba-ibang bansa
Ignacio,
po
can you
yan.
hear us now?
No, you're on mute, I think.
Yan.
Yan,
Ayan.
yes, thank you.
Can hear you.
Hello,
Yes,
yes.
yes. So yun, tulad nga na nabanggit ko, Lotto, na we know how good we Filipinos are because we are very limited with our resources here, mga materials, fabric materials, etc. But in spite of, di ba, nakakagawa ng mga magandang trabaho dito sa Pilipinas, which says a lot about how creative a Filipino would go just to bring out something that's really, really good. Nawala po
Na-lost.
ang ating host.
Na-lost.
Si
There was a
Sabrina.
technical error, everyone. I'm so sorry to say.
Ganyan po talaga
But
pag
yes,
tatlong Pilipinas, Dubai, Amerika po ang
yeah.
connection natin.
But yes, Love, you were saying na,
Yeah,
yeah, your challenge.
oh, diba, it's about what you mentioned a while ago kasi na we might not have the best of but we have to try. Just like what you said, here, especially in the creative field, sa fashion designing, we don't have that much resources here of fabric materials. Alam natin yan, di ba, Ignacio? Na, like, ang seersucker, hindi natin basta-basta makakuha dito sa Pilipinas. But in spite of, Filipino designers would come up with amazing creations. Would only proves to
true.
show how Filipinos are very creative when it comes to coming up with something, di ba? Na hindi nagiging limitasyon ang kakulangan ng mga bagay-bagay. But they would make a way to produce their creativity no matter how much we only have here in the Philippines. Welcome back.
Yeah, that's
Welcome
true.
back to me. Hello. Pagpasensyahan nyo na po, nawalan ako ng battery.
Oo,
Hindi ako
diba,
nagbayad ng
Ignacio?
load.
Ito pala. Sandali, Sabrina, send me your number, send ko siya na yun.
Papasa-load naman dyan.
Papasa-load kita. I think
Kamusta
Sabrina,
naman dyan, Ignacio? Okay na yung
Narinig
ano
ba
mo?
ako?
Okay na yung signal and everything? Okay.
Ay,
Sabrina, sa tingin ko,
Parang-
Yes.
maganda nating itanong sa kanilang dalawa.
I have
Na-
one... Okay.
It's how much of the Filipino traits do they incorporate in their work?
I was gonna ask that, but yes, go ahead.
Yes, because great
I-
minds think alike. Alam mo
Yes,
yun, sabihin
great
mo,
minds
tatanungin
think
mo,
alike.
Oh, alam ko, Sabrina, kaya sabi ko, tatanungin natin.
Go for it. Oh, thank you, Miss Evelyn.
Pakitagalog
Okay,
ba,
yan.
Sabrina? Sabrina, pakitagalog ba?
Can you repeat the question?
Hindi, how much Filipino traits ang na-incorporate natin sa mga gawa nyo ngayon na nandiyan kayo sa Dubai? Meron pa ba sa mga Filipino culture or Filipino creativity, ingenuity na na-incorporate nyo pa rin sa mga trabaho nyo bilang isang designer, bilang isang yogi or
Stylist,
event
yes.
expert, stylist, di ba?
I think I've seen one of Ignacio's work, yung mask niya. May pagka-konting, he designed one time like some kind of a Filipino style, Ignacio, right?
I think sa Pinoy naman, it comes naturally kung,
Yes.
alam mo yun, a Filipino style or what, you can see right away. It's not about kasi you need to add it. Hindi, so it
Yes.
comes really natural. So, sa fashion, makikita may touch ng Pinoy because it's how we do it. And also sa event or to anyone, we are very meticulous and delicate when it comes to details. So, there's a
That's
Filipino
true.
working there that made the whole package na bongga,
Correct.
di ba?
Like what?
So,
Paano,
nandun
Ignacio? Can you give a specific na yung sinasabi, binabanggit mo? Na ano yung
Well,
na-incorporate?
creatively,
Like burga ba
incorporates
to?
like the way, how we work. It's 100% Filipino. So, nandiyan yung magaling tayo makisama sa workers, magaling tayo mag-deal with the
Correct.
customers. At the same time, yung product itself is 100% quality.
How
That
about
best
sa
represents us
design?
also.
Sa design perspective, na ipapasok mo pa ba yung pagka-Filipino natin? Design perspective wise?
Sa mga non-Pinoys.
Oo, kasi diba,
sa mga non-Pinoy,
Dubai,
na ipapasok mo yung
Naipapasok mo pa rin ba yung Filipino traits?
or design
not to
perspective?
all.
Or design trait?
Not to all. So it depends
Not to
on sa gusto ng client, the parang pwede natin gamitan ng husi, pinya, or whatever. Kasi
Oo,
hindi naman nila alam
imagine
yun eh. For them, it's an organza.
Correct.
But hindi nila alam, ginamit ako siya ng husi, ginamit ako siya ng pinya.
Yun,
Yun
that's
yung
nice.
part na-
That's very
Ganda
interesting.
yun. Oo,
Yung mga
ganda
That's
ganun
very
yun.
Filipino.
Yung mga beads from bao, they thought
Yes.
it's just a normal
maganda.
brown.
Maganda yun, Sabrina. Beads from
Yes.
Bao, di ba? Parang yung buhat-buhat
I
mo lang
like
tingin sa
that.
photo.
Oo.
Oh, di ba? Yung
That's
ano.
very interesting though. How do you come up with this kind of ideas?
Yun
Ano,
nga,
it's
architecture, engineering,
diba?
iklog, bumukha.
No,
Tapos
those
yun na
those
I
siya.
love
small
it.
details are from Philippines. So, binibili ko siya sa Pinas, then ginagamit ko here.
Ini-import mo
Yung
dyan.
mga posibleng pwedeng gamitin niya. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng
Grabe.
resources are here. We
That's
go to
nice.
Europe din also para to find other things na kakaiba.
Correct.
Something wala rin dito sa Dubai. So we have to always
Right.
show what is different, what
And
is
you're
unique.
doing your creative job as a designer, na Filipino designer, to still kahit paano bring Filipinos to the
Yeah.
international stage. Na hindi ka talagang totally
Yeah.
na mawala na dahil sa Dubai na lang lahat ng design mo, but you still bring the Filipino aesthetic, maski sa mga maliliit na bagay tulad ng mga husi or sa mga
Yeah.
beats na
Hindi,
gano'n. Salamat.
right. Hindi na mawawala yun eh.
Salamat.
Parang dating sustainable fashion talaga, sustainable
diba?
fashion.
Paano
But okay,
naman
so
kay Lotto kaya? Paano kay Lotto?
we will come back to Lotto after our commercial break, okay? All right. Don't leave, everyone.
Film Star offers news, both local and international, to readers of the first and next generations. Both hard copy and online editions of Film Star are always free, widely distributed the whole Northern California and other states. Community news may be the same, but read a different spin in the Star. Our nationwide distribution and readership ensure advertisers of maximum and captive access sa kanilang target market. To advertise with us, please contact our advert team 650-278-0692 or log on to our website www.filmstar.com or like our Facebook page. Star ka sa Film Star.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
Ayan, si Lotto naman is Lotto's turn.
Yes.
So how do we
Yes.
pronounce your name? Lotto or Lotho?
Either way, either way.
Lotto.
I'm not really careful about how it's pronounced kasi every time you meet a different nationality, nag-iiba yung pronunciation ng pangalan. Even as simple as the word Lev, mag-iiba yan. So, I mean, you don't really mind
Lev.
it. You don't really become very anal about it.
So bago tayo nag-break, Sabrina, tinanong
Yes.
natin si Ignacio kung paano
Oo.
niya na-incorporate ang Filipino creativity or Filipino traits or Filipino design perspective sa
As
work
a stylist, yes, we want to hear
Correct. Paano
this.
naman sa stylist? Paano kaya?
Well, in terms of creativity and styling, or say, for example, production design, you inject a lot of Filipino artistry kasi tayo, as Ignacio mentioned, we're very meticulous and we're very hands-on. We're very good craftsmen. So you might see the other nationalities just, do a little tweak, but tayo, ang creative natin kasi ever since we were kids, we were taught how to do a lot of things. So it's very evident yung Filipino creativity. I won't say it literally, pero you'd see na Filipino yung gumawa kasi malinis nga and meticulous. In terms of your work values naman, us as Filipinos, we're very resilient, sabi nga nila.
Oh, yes,
And,
that's very true.
and meron tayo ng trait. Dito, meron joke dito about the Filipinos. Ang tawag namin pag we see each other, we joke around like, ma'am, sir. Kasi when you see another person, another nationality, hi, ma'am, sir. Good evening, good afternoon. And then, yeah, we're known by that word, ma'am, sir.
Correct,
Or sir,
ma'am,
ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, but what is that about? Because we're very respectful people, despite any nationality, despite position, despite ranking, we address people as ma'am or sir, which is really very good. Sabi nga ni Ignacio, we know how to deal with clients. I think it comes as one of the best Filipino values na we don't really mind a lot of things. Regardless of everything, we respect other people. So that's one good thing.
Yes.
Thank
So
you for
yeah, thank you very much, guys. Part of our show, we want to empower, we want to motivate, and we want to inspire our, viewers. Any parting words or motivational speech for people or, designers out there who's trying to make it, or let's not say designers, for everyone out there.
Yeah. Who's first? Leb.
Lev
think
muna,
I will-
okay.
Ako first? Okay. You know what? I'm sure narinig na to ng lahat, but I think we just needed to be reminded of it. That tough times don't last, but tough people do. diba?
Yes.
We just have to weather this. We have to try this. I know right now it's very difficult for everyone this uncertain time. But tulad na nasabi ni Lotto,
Hindi ko naririnig.
let's find a way. Let's find a way on how to still explore new things, be creative with it. And for the fashion industry, of course, there's only one thing that I would like to say. It's people will want to dress up again. We just have to remember that. People will want to dress up again.
Di nga ba may saying, fashion is passion, something like that. Diba?
Fashion,
It's still
fashion,
there.
and it's silbi kaya. Now, naka ano lang siya, naka on hold lang, naka-pause lang
Passion
tayo.
for fashion, yes.
But it would play soon, for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Ignacio?
For me, just continue what you do. Yung, alam mo yun, kung saan ka the best nag-excel, continue, no matter what happens. So that's what happened to me, like, in the bridge of giving up, but still, andito na, sinimulan mo na. So, end it and try to be more best at it. That's it. So, parang, continuous lang sa ginagawa mo. Don't
Move
stop.
forward lang, move forward, yes.
Yes, and keep evaluating, keep developing,
Correct.
progressing, improving.
Yes.
Ganun lang,
That's nice.
kasimple.
Ganda no,
Stability.
ganda ng
That's
I
it.
love it, yeah.
To progress, to keep on developing, and to keep on improving.
And what about
Lotto?
Lotto?
I would suggest to everyone, to keep on studying, continuous education. Like for me, I like Lev because he's an educator. I like education so much. I love teaching yoga as well. With education, you can grow further. Dun mo malalaman kung ano pang kaya mo eh. I am not saying you leave your country, but I am saying you find yourself.
Yes.
Di ba nga,
That's it.
before
Thank
we end this show, I just wanted to share this quote that I saw on Google, of course. Sabi, strength does not come from winning, di ba? Your struggles develop your strengths when you go through hardships and decide not to surrender. That is strength. You know who said that?
That's right. Sabrina mo?
Hindi ako. Si Arnold Schwarzenegger, andito. Sinulat ko.
Salamat.
Oh my gosh, I miss you guys. I miss everyone. Ano na? Inom na tayo? Pero after party, saan sa bahay ninyo?
Ay, may pahabol si yung
Si Marconi.
lilipad?
Oo, yun daw.
Sabi niya, fashion doesn't stop. I still wear designer
Fashion doesn't
clothes,
stop.
going to
Still
the
wear designer
bathroom,
clothes.
bedroom, and
Correct.
foyer. Marconi,
So
we have to
shut.
be best of friends.
Yes.
We have to be best of friends.
Outfit everywhere.
That is what I do all the time as well. So I
Oh my
think,
gosh.
Sabrina, that's about the
That's
time
about
that we
it.
have.
Yes.
Yeah, for today.
Pwede pa ba tayo mag-reminisce? Tanong natin kay Direk. Direk,
you,
pwede pa
thank
ba
you.
kaming mag-reminisce? I remember you guys when we were like infants.
Oh, the fundraising. Oo nga, sabi,
Or we were like
share lang
Ay!
the fundraising.
Oh, let's talk about the fundraising first. Okay.
Okay, right now we are, because the Fashion Designers Alliance, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, we are the group that I established 11 years ago was about bringing in up and coming designers to give them more a bigger platform to be marketed, diba? But during the pandemic, we have to change our thrust. So we got the Fashion Designers Alliance. We have more senior designers na. So mga seasoned designers na sila to inspire the younger ones. So we have like the likes of Louis Caperos, Julius Tarog, Russell Villaferte, Tipay Kaintik. We have Aaron Montoya. Actually, we have Roel Rosal. So we have these designers who's helping us bring back the inspiration. And ang number one thrust namin is to give back and to help those who are more in need. Alam natin most of us are, but merong mas nangangailangan pag ng tulong natin ngayon. So yung huli naming collaboration with Nicolo Cosme, binigay namin yung tulong namin sa fundraise kami for the Salondong children. Ito yung mga tribe na nangangailangan ng educational help. And since education is very close to me, tinulungan namin sila, magpapadala kami ng mga, kasi ngayon for virtual studies na. So, para makatulong, padala kami ng mga modem and sana lang, syempre kailangan nila ma-sustain yung monthly noon. So we're looking help for that. It's posted naman, for those who wants to help, they could message me directly. And actually, Sabrina, I believe magpa-partner tayo dito kasi
Yes,
tutulong
we're gonna
kayo
be
from the
doing that
US,
together.
di ba?
Yes.
So we will announce more of that soon. I hope in this channel, the GFN channel, for this one. This coming December, January, magkakaroon din kami ng fundraising for 8 different charities. Because we are 8 designers, we chose 8 charities to help na iba-iba. So all of this will be posted in Fashion Designers Alliance page, on my page as well. And I'm sure with the help of Sari-Sari Stories, we'll be able to reach more people who are willing to help out and lend a hand during
We
this.
have one goal here. Our goal is to improve. Our goal is to help each other. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you for having us. And thank you very much for Lev, Ignacio, Lotto. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Manashte.
Ayan na.
Like us on Facebook.